What's up? What's up? What's up, world? Matilda's is still here.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I want to just say, Matilda, you know, I think we've been doing a fantastic job. Me
I
personally,
agree.
people probably don't agree, but as long as me and you agree,
That's all that matters.
that's the only thing that matters. So I want to just today's episode is just pretty much just recapping what our growth. And I tell you that I listen to every episode just to critique myself. And I think if you doing anything, medicine, or if you know, working in any type of field, you should always critique yourself and go back and to see what mistakes you made or what you can do better. And I must say that we have been doing better.
I agree.
And I just want to say shout out to everybody that came to this podcast. It was amazing. We had C-Class.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm watching a web series every Thursday. Just big up to that. Let's go.
Subscribe to that on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yes.
You know, it's because it's a dope web series, and it's like I said before, and when we interviewed him, it was just the way he was able to bring his community together to, you know, watch the web series,
Right.
In that large group that he's able to do it and have peace there.
And he's doing it in such a positive way.
Yes. So he's been doing a fantastic job. And the characters on the show and the people on the show, they just, you know, they've been following me on Instagram, and I just want to say shout out to those guys.
Shout out to them.
And they also been doing a fantastic job. I don't think they sleep. And I think that's a great thing that
Right.
they have a great crew who's doing a fantastic job.
Keep up the good work, guys.
They have to, because they building their community up. Shout out to Brownsville. Oh man, you ain't gonna say shout. She like, oh, I haven't been to
I'm from
Brownsville.
the Bronx. I'm sorry.
Shout out to the Bronx. And you know, who else we had? We had Dos Morenos on the show.
Yeah, shout out to Dios Morenos.
Yes, man, performed at SOBs a couple weeks ago. It was amazing.
I couldn't make it. I'm so sorry if he's listening. I'm sorry. I know I told you I would come. I had something to do.
He shut it down, as always. Very great performer from East New York.
Right.
Just gotta wrap my hood. I'm from East New York, so I'm just doing what I do. And he just did a fantastic job. I was at SOBs, and it was a lot. I think I said it before. It was a lot of young talent there. And a lot of up and coming artists that I see a lot of potential in. And I think when I seen him perform, it was just like, yo, listen, you know, you doing it for. I keep telling people you're doing it for the culture, because a lot of people look up to individuals like that, to make that transition to music and perform at a high level. And he definitely did. And, you know, we'll catch the next show. I ask him, you know, when is the next show, so we can definitely reach out and go.
Hopefully it's on a weekend because I work.
Yeah, because she got to work on week. I don't know.
I'm only off on the weekends.
Listen, I have no days off. Just the no days off. But it's amazing because we had, you know, amazing people here, and we talked about different things.
Right.
We didn't just talk about like rap and this and that. We talked about everything, and I appreciate that, because the objective for this podcast is to talk about real conversations.
Yep.
And we talked about everything.
Right.
Who you want to shout out? Go.
I would like to shout out Crystal Cray.
Hey.
The beautiful Crystal Cray. She's such
very,
a
very
dope
beautiful
person, a great writer. She came on the show, and it was such a great episode. So I'd like to shout her out. And I also like to shout out all of the people that came on. I don't remember which episode it was, but the mental health day that we had.
Yes.
That was such a great episode. Shout out to your mom. She was here.
Yeah, she was here. She's very busy in the community, of course, as a community activist.
And the members of I believe they say it as Backchat World or something like that. Yes. Shout out to them.
They are. I actually subscribe to them on YouTube. You can subscribe to them on YouTube.
I think I did as well.
It is an amazing discussions that they have.
Yeah.
Oh man, they talk about so many things.
Mm-hmm.
I follow some of the cast members, and they're just dope.
And they're African, and
and they from where they from?
Nigeria. I think there's a member. Is she Ghanaian? There may be one that's from Ghana.
From Ghana, and actually,
Nigeria.
it's people from Ghana that's listening to the podcast. I just want to big up that because we trying to reach everybody. People.
We are. Shout out to those from my country.
Shout out to the people from China that's listening to this podcast.
Yes.
Shout out to the people that's in Japan listening to this podcast. Shout out to the people in New Zealand for listening to this podcast. UK listening to this podcast, and of course, America.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a lot of people.
I know.
People, man, damn, it's crazy because you reach so many people, and people are like, oh, I listen to your podcast. I mean, I literally got stopped on a train.
You did?
Yes.
You didn't tell me that.
Because that was for me bringing it up right now.
Oh shoot. That's what's up.
Yeah, I got stopped on the train a couple of times. I got stopped in one of these stores I was in, but that's for people who's listening and people who's in tune, and I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do listen to the podcast, just always I like when people critique the art of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just say subscribe to it. Give it 3 stars or 2 stars
Or 5.
Or 5.
Whatever.
And then leave a comment. And like I said before, the comments, it just helps us grow, and that's how I feel.
Oh, I also like to give a shout out to Dwayne.
Yes.
Who was here, was it last week or the week before last?
The week before last.
And I wasn't able to make it that episode, but I'm so happy he came because I knew the episode would be great. Yeah, shout out to him and his wife.
Yes, they actually, oh man, they bring, Matilda wasn't here that day, but they brought so much positive
I had
energy.
a vision. It was my idea, guys. It was all me.
It was all her for lining them up, bringing them to, she actually chauffeured them in. I'm just joking.
I wish.
But Dwayne, Pastor Dwayne, and his wife, Mrs. Barnes, were amazing. Aaron, who came with them as well from Deuces, he did a great job. He did a fantastic job at explaining what he does in his community with Deuces. Dwayne is on his way to like new heights, and we appreciate you, I must say Dr. Barnes, because he is a doctor. Dr. Barnes, for coming on. You did a fantastic job. The work in your community, the work you do in your community is just fantastic. It was like we was just talking about like everything. Yes, we went religion. My mom was here co-hosting. Shout out to my mother; she was here co-hosting with me. She did a fantastic job at her craft, which is helping people.
Mm-hmm.
She was able to reach out and give advice to a lot of people who listen to this podcast who's going through certain things in their lives. And that was a great motivator. And like I said, the room was full of amazing people and amazing talent.
Right.
Talent. Damn, we talented. Who else? And then like I said, Matilda, I must say, I'm gonna say thank you again for co-hosting with me on this podcast and seeing the vision, even though sometimes I would like, hey, Matilda, text at like 4 a.m, like, yo, I got a question.
Definitely.
But it's the craft that I'm trying to perfect, and I feel like when you're trying to perfect something, there's no time to sleep.
Right.
And it's always good for somebody to sleep, Matilda.
Yes.
And me, I'm up, and having people come on this podcast who's gonna, I want to say, make a difference in the things that they're actually doing. If it's rap, if it's writing books, if it's starting your own not-for-profit organization or having your own not-for-profit organization and helping out your community, that's a fantastic job alone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of people that did reach out to us to come on this podcast, and I want to say yes, we will have you on. As soon as we, move some slots around and stuff like that. Yes, because we want to reach everybody. If you're a singer, we want to reach you. It's just amazing.
I'd like to have more females on the show. Girl power. Well, so all of y'all listening to this, hit us up on Real Conversations. We have an Instagram page now.
Yes. Shout out to the Instagram page. We're gonna put more pictures up there. We're gonna put more inspirational things up there. Mm-hmm. Everything is a process. I said this yesterday when I was talking to somebody. Rome was not built in a day.
It wasn't.
And trust me, I'm building. We're building. And shout out to Ace's Podcast Network for sending me a great email. The other day. They would like for Real Conversations to join their podcast network, which is amazing. And we're gonna try to do big things. And it's very important that we stick to us, real people, right? We are, Matilda's a real individual. She talks about real shit. I talk about real shit, and we just want people that's gonna come on and is gonna talk their shit. You know what I'm saying? Matilda, all the time, comes in and she flicks through the pictures and she said, "What am I gonna talk about? What I'm gonna do?" But she always does a fantastic job. And my cousin Keys is on the cameras right now. He's the new camera guy, and he just does a fantastic job. So if you want him to take your pictures, hit us up on Real Conversations. He is available. I'm his manager, and you know how we do. I want 50%.
Oh my gosh, I don't know about all that.
Percentage.
Don't let him take your money.
Listen, I'm managing, but that's amazing. And I got a couple. I want to just shout out a couple my homeboys who hit me up and said, even my homeboy. I'm sorry, B Grizzle. I didn't forget you. We did an episode together a couple months ago. It was dope. We did it in his crib. It was amazing because the energy in the crib was just awesome. It was like being in the studio with somebody who had like an amazing talent, who came to say, "Yo, listen, I'm going, put my new music on it," and everybody was listening to it. I had somebody say, "Oh, yo, his song was dope." So like, B Grizzle, keep making your music, keep doing your thing, and you're doing a fantastic job in your brand. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing your thing, bro. Hey, Matilda got something to say. Matilda got a question.
I don't have any questions. I just want to thank everybody for, coming on the show when we invited them to come on the show and being pleasant.
Yes.
And just being great. We've had a lot of talented people, and we really appreciate you believing in us and coming on the show.
Yes, and I actually was trying to come on a couple shows, but I'm just saying, we was given it was difficult to come on other shows and just promote our podcast.
Right.
But yes, I'm still want to promote and still want to give Real Conversation. I think everybody should give Real Conversations a chance because it's something that you would need to hear, something that you should hear because it's from people that you want to hear from. That's just how it go. So we reached out to a few people, and people have reached back, and that's what it's though. We're reaching out, people reaching back, and that's just awesome. So we're just trying to do what we're doing. This is our 13th episode.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 12 was amazing.
It sure was.
We talked about fashion.
We did. Your favorite.
Shout out to Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. And if you haven't heard it, Jules dropped some jewels. Hey. And it was just so dope because for people who's not into fashion or who say, "Oh, I can wear that," she told you what y'all can wear. Do not wear all black.
I'm still gonna wear all black. I'm
all
sorry.
year round. Because now I'm changing up my colors. I'm starting to wear some light pink. I might wear some purple. But I remember before we was wearing, like, I had somebody ask me, like, oh, why you don't wear like yellow? Because yellow brings out your complexion. I said, I'm black. Why am I wearing? But I wore yellow one day, and it was like, wow, you look amazing in yellow.
Yeah, yellow's nice.
And shout out to that person. But yeah, we try to incorporate it because fashion, like I said before in episode 12, that we try to just incorporate fashion into our podcast and have people who can talk about fashion. I want to say fashion experts. And Jules was a fashion expert. She is one in a million. Eventually, she'll come on the podcast again. And listen, we probably got to get her for like a 3 hour, because she likes to rant like I do, and that mean an hour for me to rant, hour for you, and an hour for her, and that's 3 hours in a nutshell. Because she's just a fantastic person, and she brung energy into the room. So shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Yes, and she taught me how to dress. Listen. Oh, when we talk about men wearing makeup.
Oh yeah.
So we got to get a makeup artist up here too.
We do.
Because she has to explain that. Because I listen.
You still don't understand?
I understand. But somebody walked up to me and said, "So you don't like when men wear makeup?" I said, "No, I just don't agree with it." But I did tell him if I was a celebrity, yes, I will wear makeup.
Because you'd be on TV.
Because I'll be on TV.
Right.
So put me on TV. If you want to see me in makeup, put me on TV. Put me on E.
If you want to see me in makeup, put me on. Nah, I'm just.
put me on E. I want to be on E. I want to be on the Kardashian show.
He's obsessed.
I want to be able to walk past Kanye and say, "What's up?"
And then what? Talk about makeup.
Nah, we're gonna just talk about fashion. How the fashion industry is just racist at some point. Because I know he likes to go on a rant, so I just want to talk about stuff like that. And shout out to everybody still wearing Rockaway until people stop wearing that. People just don't listen. Stop selling it at Macy's too, because people are not gonna buy it. I think the stocks went down like mad times here and there, but people wearing it. But hey, listen, shop at other stores. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I just want to appreciate everybody. I just appreciate everybody for just giving us a shot to talk to them.
The guests and the listeners.
The listeners, and I said before, the understanders.
Right.
But I think everybody understands. And I thank everybody for understanding us. So, this is Real Conversations with Ari
and Matilda,
and we will be back. Oh man, back and black and better than ever, because Real Conversations, it starts with you. Hey, remember that Real Conversation starts with you. So listen to us and hit us up on our IG, Real _conversations_podcast. No numbers, no letters, just real. Because people put like numbers like, people put like 1 2 3. Nah, like it's real _conversations_podcast_ no underscore, just Real Conversations.
Yes.
Podcast. Yeah. So look it up, man, and enjoy the pictures and the likes that we get is just amazing. Don't stroll and say, "Oh, fuck that," and then whatever. But we here, Real Conversations. Bang bang.
Ow.
Thank you, everybody.